Anna was a kind woman who lived in a small house with her husband, John, and their two children, Emma and Jack. Every morning, Anna woke up before the sun. She quietly got out of bed, careful not to wake anyone. She started her day in the kitchen, preparing breakfast for her family. Anna made sure everything was ready. She cooked eggs, toast, and sometimes pancakes. She made sure the coffee was hot for John, who liked his coffee strong. By the time John and the kids woke up, breakfast was on the table. John ate quickly. He barely looked at Anna. "I'm late," he said, grabbing his bag and rushing out the door. Emma and Jack, still sleepy, mumbled a quick thank you before heading off to school. Anna watched them go. She felt a pang of loneliness, but she quickly shook it off. There was no time for that. She had a house to clean, laundry to do, and meals to prepare. Anna spent her days cleaning every corner of the house. She dusted the shelves, swept the floors, and washed the dishes. She made sure everything was in its place. She took pride in her work, even if no one noticed. In the afternoons, Anna picked up the children from school. She always had a snack ready for them. Emma and Jack would talk about their day, their voices full of excitement. Anna listened, smiling, happy to hear their stories. But as the evening came, the mood often changed. John came home tired and grumpy. "Why is the house such a mess?" he would say, even though Anna had spent hours cleaning. "Why is dinner not ready yet?" Anna tried to explain, but John wouldn't listen. He was always too tired, too busy, too stressed. His words hurt, but Anna kept quiet. She didn't want to argue. Dinner was a silent affair. John ate quickly and went to the living room to watch TV. The children ate without saying much. Anna felt the weight of their indifference. After dinner, Anna cleaned up and helped the children with their homework. She read them bedtime stories and tucked them into bed. She kissed them goodnight and turned off the lights. Finally, alone in the kitchen, Anna sat down. The silence was overwhelming. She felt the tears well up in her eyes. She cried quietly, not wanting to wake anyone. She felt so alone, so unappreciated. But every morning, Anna got up and started again. She hoped that one day her family would notice her efforts. She hoped that one day they would appreciate her. Weeks turned into months, and months into years. Anna's life was a cycle of work and loneliness. She loved her family, but she felt invisible. She gave everything she had, but it was never enough. One day, Anna felt a sharp pain in her chest. She tried to ignore it, but it got worse. She could barely move. She knew something was very wrong. She needed to go to the hospital, but John was at work, and the children were at school. Anna lay on the couch, trying to breathe. She felt scared and alone. She wished someone was there to help her, to hold her hand. She closed her eyes and tried to stay calm. When John came home, he found Anna lying on the couch. He rushed to her side. "Anna, what's wrong?" he asked, his voice full of concern. It was the first time in years that she had heard him speak to her with such kindness. Anna tried to speak, but the pain was too much. John called an ambulance, and they rushed her to the hospital. The doctors worked quickly, but Anna's condition was serious. John stayed by her side, holding her hand. He felt a wave of guilt wash over him. He had taken her for granted. He had never realized how much she did for their family. The children came to the hospital, their eyes full of fear. They clung to John's side, not understanding what was happening. They watched as the doctors worked to save their mother. Anna's condition stabilized, but she was weak. The doctors told John that she needed to rest and recover. They needed to take care of her now. John took Anna home, helping her every step of the way. He cooked meals, cleaned the house, and took care of the children. He realized how hard Anna's job had been. He felt ashamed for not appreciating her more. Anna watched as John struggled to keep everything together. She wanted to help, but she was too weak. She felt a deep sadness, knowing that her family was finally seeing her, but only because she was so sick. Days turned into weeks, and Anna's health improved slightly, but she was never the same. She tried to do small things around the house, but she tired easily. She felt a deep sense of loss, not just for her health, but for the years she had spent feeling invisible. One night, Anna sat at the kitchen table, a pen and paper in front of her. She felt a need to write down her thoughts, to let her family know how she felt. She wrote a letter, pouring her heart into it. Dear John, Emma, and Jack, I love you all more than words can say. I tried my best to take care of you and make you happy. I know I wasn't perfect, but I gave everything I had. I felt invisible and unappreciated, but I never stopped loving you. John, I know you were busy, but I wished you had seen me, even for a moment. Emma and Jack, I hope you grow up to be kind and grateful. Love each other and take care of each other. I will always be with you in spirit. Please remember me with love. Anna. Anna folded the letter and placed it in a drawer. She hoped that one day her family would find it and understand her feelings. Anna's health continued to decline. She felt weaker each day. She knew her time was running out. She tried to stay strong for her family, but she was tired. One morning, John found Anna lying in bed, her breathing shallow. He called the children, and they gathered around her. They held her hand, tears streaming down their faces. Anna looked at them, her eyes filled with love. She wanted to say so much, but she was too weak. She squeezed their hands, hoping they would understand. With her family by her side, Anna took her last breath. She felt a sense of peace, knowing that they were finally seeing her. John and the children were devastated. They felt a deep sense of loss, not just for Anna, but for the years they had taken her for granted. As John finished reading the letter, tears streamed down his face. He realized how much he had taken Anna for granted. The children cried too, understanding now how much their mother had loved them. Anna's words touched their hearts. They realized how much she had done for them, how much she had loved them. They felt a deep sense of guilt, but also a renewed sense of love and appreciation. They promised to honor Anna's memory by being kinder and more grateful to each other. They would never forget the woman who had given everything for them. Anna's letter changed their lives forever, and they vowed to live in a way that would make her proud.